So I've seen the first 2 episodes, of which you're only in one of them. Actually, you're in the second episode. But
Yes.
talk about what it's like to come on to the final season as one of the 2 main villains. You know, to a show that's had such amazing villains thus far.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I kind of like the idea of being a little bit of a villain. But the interesting thing with the Romans and the Rebels this year is there'll probably be times, or we're hoping there'll be times, when it won't be so clear-cut as to what side you'll be barracking for, because obviously both the Romans and the Rebels are capable of quite sort of heinous crimes. But this year the Romans and the Rebels both have elements of darkness to them, but we're both fighting for a cause at the same time. So it'll be interesting to see where the audience sort of place their what's the word? It's gone. Place their what is it? It's gone. Place their, you know,
context.
when you follow whoever you're choosing to follow.
Right.
I've lost it.
That's
Anyway,
okay.
That'll be good.
How much of the show had you seen before you tried out for the role of Caesar?
I'd only actually seen a few episodes of season 1, and then once I found out I got the role, I didn't actually want to watch any of the series. I bought them all, so I had them sitting there waiting, but I chose not to watch them because I didn't want to be. I kind of didn't want to have that influence of previous seasons or how any of the Romans have been played in the past. Does that make sense?
Yep. No, totally.
I wanted to sort of have my own fresh approach and bring a new twist to Caesar, and then as soon as the series ended, I watched all the episodes back to back. So just sat down and had movie nights.
Well, it's sort of along those lines, you know, Caesar has been represented so much in film and television, but not that much at this young an age.
No.
Do you find that more challenging or more freeing?
It's actually an element of both. That's an interesting point. 50% of it is terrified because Caesar has been played by some incredible actors in the past, and I think personally I just want to do him justice. But on the other hand, there is a lot of freedom there to make my own interesting choices and have a new approach on Caesar and create new elements that hasn't necessarily been dealt with in the past, particularly because he was heavily military orientated during this period before he went into politics. So it's kind of new ground where we get to discover something different and take a new approach on Caesar. So I just hope that the audience, you know, connect with it.
Well, like I said, I've only seen the first 2 episodes, of one of which you're in. Sort of talk about how your relationship with Crassus is going to evolve over the season. You know, sort of what I've seen, you guys know you need each other, but you don't necessarily like each other.
No, look, we do. Beneath the surface, we love each other. It's almost a father-son sort of bond. There's a beautiful respect between the 2 characters as well. But on the other hand, they have a lot to sacrifice and they have a lot of risk as well. Given the fact that Tiberius is on the scene as well, Crassus' son, so that creates an interesting dynamic. There's sort of the triangle that goes on. And at times without giving much away. At one point it becomes sort of a life or death scenario between the 3. So it'll be interesting to see that relationship unfold and see who comes out on top. But obviously Caesar has, there's no option for failure for Caesar. He's there for the glory and for the power and to represent, you know, the Roman Empire. So it's certainly strained, but at the end of the day, like you said, there's that mutual respect there, and they have an element from each other where they need each other to carry out this strategy that Crassus comes up with.
Cool. Awesome.